Hill with Lois Hill Accessories. We've been around for about 25 years, and Lois herself has traveled around the world, and she's become inspired by different cultures and different techniques. A lot of the watches and jewelry we have incorporate ancient technique infused with a contemporary design, which creates a very unique aesthetic that you can see here in our jewelry. For instance, we do use some Textile Techniques. This is one of our woven pieces. You can find it in this watch here. You're going to edit this, right? This is a technique that dates back to 17th century, and it is made from tiny links that are put together by one of our artisans, whom Lois trains herself, and 1 inch of this watch can take up to 1 day to complete. We also have the detail on the bezel. This is our signature scroll cutout design, as well as underneath, which is actually provided by a hammer and a chisel by one of our artisans as well. We also have 2 other techniques that we are most known for, and that is a combination of a contemporary Scandinavian filigree and also our granulation technique. And the granulation is our silver heated up into small spheres, and then it is placed on by a paste created by these berries that is then placed along the filigree of the lines inside the watch. This is then fused together, which completes one of our most popular looks, which is the alternating link band, which you can see here on this watch. We also have one of our more popular watches. This is our Great Face. This is a watch for a man or a woman, which again involves the granulation and the filigree technique, as well as our figure 8 link, which is actually links of jewelry, links of silver that are twisted and fused together by heat, which create a very fluid movement. As you can see, it creates a very fluid texture, almost textile-like, which is a technique that Lois helped derive from the 2nd century. This is also one of our more famous watches. This is a beautiful piece, which can also be worn as a bracelet. It has a little bit more of a unique look because of the clasp on the end. As you can see, it's not your typical watch clasp, it's more of a bracelet piece, which can also be mimicked as a bracelet, very popular amongst women, so that it can be mixed in and for more of a cohesive look with the other jewelry that they already own. We also have it in a bracelet form, which is actually the opposite of that and has the watch clasp, the butterfly clasp, which we have, which then closes like a watch, and again, is created with our Textile Technique, which creates a more fluid movement and feels like you're holding a piece of fabric. It's a very, very nice feel. Another one of our most famous techniques is the single wire weave. This is actually created out of one single piece of silver, and it's domed onto metal rods until the look is completed. It can be made into something as small as a ring or as extensive as a belt, which can take up to about 6 weeks to complete. This is actually our men's chronograph watch. All of our watches are Swiss made and Swiss movement, and this again incorporates the figure 8 technique. This is a great piece. It has a great weight to it, and it also has the 3 dials and contains the complications. It has the date and time as well as the stopwatch. And you can still see our signature scroll on the bottom, which also exudes the Lois Hill brand. And it's definitely a distinctive piece amongst the other watches that we do have. This is a set of some of our stackable rings. This incorporates some of our techniques as well. These are a great addition to some of our collections because they can not only be worn together but separately, and they match the other techniques and designs that we have displayed here. And as you can see on my ring, this is actually our repoussé design. This is actually by one of our artisans. In order to complete it, it's worked from front to back until the design is slowly revealed, creating more of a textured, more protruding look. And this is part of our two-tone collection, which is a fabulous addition because normally all of our silver is sterling silver. And this just creates a different look, more of a modern technique. You can find our items in many stores, but more importantly, you can go to our website at www.loishill.com.